I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. My Wi-Fi or something crashed out. I don't, hey, Patricia, I'm so sorry. Everybody's getting 2 emails. It's going to kill the subs because every time you go live, subs drop. So please sub. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Addie. Hey, Anna. I am so sorry. Keisha, hello. I am so sorry that when I fired up, okay, let me share around while I talk about that. When I fired up, the camera wasn't working, and then it said I didn't have an internet signal, which is, it's not the greatest here, but it's also not like Wi-Fi at a hotel or sometimes when you're out and about. So let me do. Okay, so for those of you new, we have been doing this live stream for about a year now. My name is Mark. I'm the founder of Invisible People. I am posting this public, which I used to not do. So how this all started is I was producing I thought, really cool video content. And I looked in the chat room and you guys all just wanted to talk. So now we just have these Sunday night chats. And for about a year, we were just doing, talking. And it was just between us. So recently, people have been trying to talk me into going more public. So I've tweeted this out publicly. I've shared this out publicly. So we're going to try to expand this a little. This live, I got to tell you, I am so honored and so grateful when it comes to Sunday mornings. I started getting emails and messages. Are you live streaming? Are you live streaming? And it's humbling that you guys want to spend time with me. It's just humbling on many levels. I'm grateful. I really, really am. Speaking of grateful, I am going to turn 24 years sober soon. And I started a campaign. It's on Patreon. There's a link down below. There's a video. I think last time I checked, 89 of you signed up to support Invisible People. And that's mind-blowing again. You guys want to hang out with me on Sunday nights? And you guys are supporting Invisible People significantly. So our goal right now, we're going to try to raise another $2,000 a month. So actually doing, a little bit of a fundraising campaign, which is something that I don't always do. For better or for worse, it's all electronic panhandling, people complain about homeless people panhandling, but then nonprofits are doing the same thing. It's just nonprofits have more resources than standing out on a street corner flying a sign. It's the same thing. And how are you all doing? So, I have been hyping the VR 180 content. As many of you know, VR Scout and YouTube selected Invisible People to partner with on a virtual reality 180 project, which is really awesome. We're supposed to have it all up by July 22nd. Obviously, I didn't make that deadline. But the cool thing is, I believe tomorrow, knock on wood, we will be uploading Eric, who you guys, if you have a headset it will be 3D. It looks really cool. And there's what's called ambisonic audio, so that, Eric's panhandling and you'll be hearing the cars all around, because ambisonic audio, when you're in the headset, it's spatial audio. The audio, you get to experience it like you're there. Now, if you're like me and don't put on a headset that often, maybe you don't own a headset, you can still view it on a phone. You can still view it on a laptop or desktop. It'll be really cool. Need you guys to push it out. It's the first time we've done anything like that. So there's 4 of them coming. The other 3 are being approved by Google's legal department. Now that's scary, because I'm creating videos that have to be approved by lawyers. That's just scary in itself. But hopefully all of them will be up in a week. Eric's will be up tomorrow. We have Cooper, and then we have Derek, who's in the room here. And Derek's the 77 Rangers, a bunch of people. And then we have a tour of the Navigation Center in San Francisco. So let me catch up with you guys in the chat. Hey, Kim from Vacaville. Ginger, hello. Thank you. Michelle from Iowa, hello. Montone, hello. Jules, hello. Patricia, the system is broken. And you often hear me rant about how homeless services is broken, but as I try to get healthcare for my mom, all of social services is broken. Hey, Wendy G, how are you? Joe, I am not a celebrity. So celebrities, last time I checked TMZ, they have paparazzis running around. They have groupies, and they have a refrigerator full of food, and they don't have to worry about rent and housing costs. I have 2 salads, some water, and a thing of fruit, because I'm trying to eat healthy. I have no idea how I'm going to pay for the expenses for this house now that mom's in the nursing home, but at least they're not taking the house yet. And I did close the curtains because you can see it's sunny outside. I was trying to make this camera look good. But there's no paparazzi outside. So there's no celebrity here. Hey, Jedi, how are you? And you ask, what does invisible people do? So our focus, and I get this every now and then, and I don't mind answering it. So the purpose of our videos is to educate the public to end homelessness. So you will see nonprofits, they're always focusing on what I call trophies. The people they've helped get out of homelessness. It's important. That's not a bad thing. They've all been talking about solutions. We're going to end homelessness. We're going to end homelessness. You know what? I don't believe that. We can end homelessness, that I believe, but I don't believe we're going to end it. Not in my lifetime anyways. And I think we need to be real. That's a whole nother rant. But invisible people, our goal is to educate the public about homelessness. The biggest obstacle to ending homelessness is the public not being able to relate to homeless people. Today in Venice, California, I shared a post that there's a group of citizens suing the homeless shelter again. And I believe that they're suing out of fear. They don't understand homelessness and homeless people. So what Invisible People does is we empower homeless people to share their own stories. So it is, oh my gosh, so the number one thing you can give to another human being is your positive attention. So here are people that are just ignored by society, and somebody comes up and says, hey, What's your story? I mean, I put up Caroline's story today and I cut off the tail end. I almost left it up, but she was asking, she was like really excited that she's going to be on YouTube. So there's that part of it. Okay. But the big part is housing programs have started. Feeding programs have started. I mean, literally, Invisible People helped Los Angeles Prop HHH and Measure H that is going to raise $4.6 billion over the next 10 years. And we've done many campaigns like that. Behind the scenes, we facilitate an online support group for homeless people. We do all we can. Right now, there's only 4,000 a month coming in. That's it. 4,000 a month. That's not enough to hire anybody. That's not enough to feed anybody. That's not enough to clothe anybody. So if you are wondering what we do, donate so we can do more. Okay. I mean, it's interesting because really right now, that's it. I've been doing this work for 11 years. Invisible People has been around for 11 years. I do not get a paycheck for 11 years. I do not have health care. My health care at August 31st, I do not have health care. I'm 58 years old. And it's pretty scary. So we're trying to raise another $2,000 a month, and maybe will pay me $1,000 a month, right? I'm very transparent about everything. So would you, I haven't had, this is here, Jedi, I have not had a day off in 15 months. I have worked every single day, 12-hour, 16-hour days. I went to the movies yesterday, so sometimes I do take a little bit of a break, but I've not had a full day off in 15 months. And I haven't made a penny, right? So, you know, there's little things that we do. I mean, you could help homeless people with wheelchairs and hotel rooms. And last night we helped a woman get her interview clothes so she's sleeping on a bench in Burbank and she's got a job interview and she needs clothes to go interview. And we helped her get her the outfit. And again, you know what? If you look at the GoFundMe's that we've set up for people, right? That, you know, I think Kimberly's just raised $5,000. Amanda's raised $24,000. Arian's raised $10,000. There's been others. We've helped homeless people raise money. If you actually look at individual videos, there's been people housed because of those videos. Literally housed because of those videos. If you took all the nonprofits, all of them together, right? And they have multi-million-dollar budgets with staff that all make $70,000 in a year or more. And I'm looking at, if we can raise another $2,000, I'm going to pay myself $12,000 a year, right? I still won't have health care, right? So the work is important. Right now, Invisible People, we have an online portal for you to go learn about homeless. We produce original news content on homelessness. Did you see the story on Suitcase Joe this week? Did you see the story that we posted today from a homeless woman? We paid her. Now, I want to clarify, we pay all our writers. Here's a big thing about lived experience, right? We separate lived experience. Oh, they got lived experience of homelessness. We still separate what we should pay them. We should give them credit. At the foundation of Invisible People, everybody should be treated the same. Everybody should be treated the same, regardless of it, whether they're housed or unhoused, regardless of their sexual orientation or their skin color or their religion, or if they're atheists. Everybody should be treated the same. That's the foundation. So we pay our writers, housed or unhoused, depending on their experience. So I'm paying writers, homeless writers who desperately need the money. One of our writers, Tom, who may be watching, I sent him money for his month of writing, and he was blown away. He's like, wow, this is starting to get real. I'm paying writers before I pay myself. Why? Because there's no money coming in. There's only $4,000 a month coming in right now. So now foundations in the homeless services sector, they've ignored invisible people. I mean, we get $5,000 a year from foundations in the homeless services sector. Only $5,000 a year. The rest of them have given us promises. Oh, we'll fund you next year. We'll fund you next year. And next year doesn't come. 9 years ago, one of the biggest foundations in the country, and foundations don't do wonderful work. They just don't fund small nonprofits. And I believe they have an issue with amplifying the voice of formerly homeless people. One of the biggest nonprofits in the country was dangling $50,000. They almost gave us $50,000, but at the very end, they stopped, and their reason was, well, Mark, you can't even hire yourself, so it's not sustainable. That was 9 years ago. I'm still going. I'm not stopping. Okay. We have a movie coming out with Oculus. Oculus is Facebook. Facebook bought Oculus. We have an actual movie coming out that's going to be released at Sundance. And again, we reach, thanks to you guys, I think tomorrow we're going to hit 275,000 subs, right? Nobody's done that. Nobody's done that in the nonprofit sector, especially not on the topic of homelessness. We're reaching millions of people every month, educating them on homelessness on a $4,000 a month budget. On top of that, writing daily content you got me going. Hopefully that answered your question, Jedi. Whew, I gotta take a sip after that one. Sorry about the rant. I get that question all the time. Thank you, Derek. Jedi, I was just transparent with the funds. There's only 4,000. Jedi, and you might have responded. I'm just scrolling back down. There's 4,000 coming in total for the whole organization, right? 1,000 goes to a managing editor. The rest goes to writers. Many of them are homeless or operating we have to pay for internet. We have to pay for the website and different things. There's $4,000 coming in, Jedi. I don't make any money. I'm at risk of being homeless again. You want transparency? I've been transparent. You look at the videos, you look at my tweets. How do you think we should spend the $4,000 coming in? Should we stop paying the writers? Should we stop educating the public? Should we stop posting the videos? Should we give all the money to feed people in the park, which will do absolutely nothing to end homelessness? Is that what you suggest? So let me know what you think the $4,000 that comes in, because it's not enough to pay anybody's salary or health care. Hey, Wendy G, thank you for subbing. Bikes for Homeless is a huge. His World, thank you very much. Hey, Jedi, I was moving stuff around. So I don't know what you want. We're making $4,000 a month, donations coming in. Okay, 4,000. How should I do that? So let's say you want an update on Carolyn, who's in Seattle. I have to go to Seattle. How do I do that? How do I do all these things, right? See, you're programmed to the charity thing. The nonprofits are already always going, da-da, da-da, look what they did. A sandwich never ended homelessness. Charity never ended homelessness. It's okay to feed people in the park, but we need to do something to get them out of the park. What Invisible People does is we educate right here. There's homeless people. Addie and Derek are both, last that I knew, I mean, they could have gotten housed today. Last that I knew, they are both homeless. What other organization do you know of that connects the general public to homeless people like Invisible People? And you know what, Jedi? I'm like totally transparent. I'm giving you down to the dollars and cents. And now the lights are going off. This is weird. I think my mom's house is haunted. I'm going right down to the dollars and cents. If you don't feel like donating, don't. Give to some other organization. That's fine. And to all the people that do donate, thank you. Kesha, oh my gosh. So there's a couple of people that blew me away. I am so honored to every person that donates. Just so you know, majority of the donations that come into Invisible People are $1 to $5. We have a few wonderful people that pay $100, that donate $100, and God bless them. But when I see somebody that's giving $1, I mean, I have no way of proving this, but chances are they're homeless or they're hurting, but they believe in Invisible People. Last night, Sam, many of us know him as Sam, not his real name. A lot of people like to be anonymous on the internet, said a nice tweet, and he's homeless, supporting me. I mean, I know Addie and Derek have, and they're homeless. So Keisha, wow. Amanda, I don't know what you exactly mean. You're saying, do you think most of so-called homeless services go to upper management? I don't know what you mean. I think I think you're probably talking about money. So if somebody, now it's interesting because it seems like you guys want to talk about money. So let's go there. There's this misconception about nonprofits. People think only poor people should help poor people. When I get homeless again, I want Bill Gates or Warren Buffett to help me because they got money, right? It's like only a doctor that is going through a heart attack can help somebody with a heart attack. An audiologist who's deaf, which how could you be an audiologist if you're deaf? Can help a deaf person, right? But that's how they think about poverty. Oh, if you're helping poor people, you better be poor yourself. You better be poor. I mean, how can most nonprofits are struggling to survive? They're doing the best they can, and they're paying their frontline staff not enough, and many of them can't make it, yet we're asking them to be caregivers of other people. Then there's this idea where, oh, they work in the nonprofit world, they shouldn't make any money. So what happens now? You're a nonprofit and you need to hire an accountant, and you only have $40,000, and the grocery store can pay $60,000. Well, the accountants, the best people, are going to go to the grocery store. We do that. And Robert Edgar, my friend, Robert Edgar is the first person that, I got to give attribution. We give people a choice: make money or do good, make money or do good, make money or do good, especially kids in college. Okay, you can go and work at Facebook or do a startup and make lots of money, or go be poor and work with poor people, right? Come on, that's a no-brainer. You're going to go make money. And so now the nonprofit sector doesn't get the most talented people. They may for a moment, but then that person, gets married, has kids, and they go for money. So in the nonprofit sector, this belief that you should not make money because you're working with poor people is ridiculous. We need the best people working in the nonprofit sector. And I'm saying this as somebody who's worked for free for the last 11 years. And not if you're a person and you're running a nonprofit that's helping thousands of people, maybe millions of people, you should be paid, compensated as an executive. I mean, you're working all the time. You're helping a lot of people. Now, there should be balance. We have definitely an income disparity in this country. I don't know if that's the right word, but you have these executives that, are CEOs of companies. They get all kinds of tax benefits and stock benefits, and then they run the company in the ground and they get a $22 million bonus, and, all these people get laid off. That's okay. But if you make over $100,000 a year and you run a homeless shelter, holy shit, you come on. If somebody is working their ass off and they're helping people and they're giving it their all, they should be compensated for it. Seriously, if you look at the CEO of Chrysler or all these, pick a business, IBM, GE, Verizon, whatever, pick a business. They're making millions of dollars every year. Nobody says anything. Occasionally when they go and like the guy at Uber just bought a $120 million home, right? And it makes a blip in the news. He just bought a $120 million home. But if somebody is working at the Salvation Army and they run, a region, and they're helping thousands and thousands of people, and they make $150,000 a year, everybody's like freaking out. Come on. We need to change that thinking. We need to, it's this .com or .org, .com or .org, make money or do good. Why can't it be both? We're never going to change the world with this thinking that only poor people can help poor people. Yeah, like I said, there's a balance, right? These CEOs are making millions and millions of dollars for running companies in the ground, and then they get a bonus. And we're bitching about nonprofit executives who are working their ass off and helping thousands of people. Let's put it in perspective. There. And Amanda, I don't even know if that was what you were going at, but it got me off on a rant. Jedi started it. There's this whole thing about, like, for instance, people see that Invisible People has 250,000 subs, and they immediately go, "Oh, you're making money. You better give money to the homeless person." YouTube, you revenue share off ads. There's no ad on any of the interview videos, right? YouTube pays Invisible People around $200 a month, which we use to caption videos for the hearing impaired and for SEO benefits, right? And that costs about $300 a month. So we're actually losing $100 a month from the YouTube revenue, right? But people just think, oh my gosh, you have 275,000 subs. you've got to be making money. You better be giving some. So first off, let me address that. Every homeless person on Invisible People retains the rights to their video. That means they can call me tomorrow or email me and ask for their video to be removed, and I will remove it. It's not used for anything else but awareness. It's their video. That's why there's no ads on it, because that would be wrong for me to make money off of their story. It's their story. They own it. No money is being made off of it. It's their story. Now, if you look at Eric's video, which I'm posting tomorrow, because Google and YouTube wanted a release sign, since I am having them sign a release, which really protects the photographer. It doesn't protect the homeless person. But what it is it's transferring the rights of that content from the person to me and to whatever I decide to do with it. So I paid Eric. I paid Derek. Derek's in the, I tried to pay Derek. He ripped up the check. Okay. So that is the difference. There's no money being made off those individual videos. They are there for awareness. The homeless person owns it. It's theirs. If I do something that's like a documentary or it's more produced where I'm asking the homeless person for a release, then I pay them. If you look at the Oculus movie we're doing, we paid scale, which is what I paid Eric, Derek, and everybody in the movie. We paid scale. And again, it's back to house and unhoused. If you were an actor, you would be paid scale. It was not dependent on whether you're in housing or in a cardboard box. It doesn't matter because you are an actor and that's what you're paid. So when I pay a homeless person for their story, I pay scale. I pay what they would get paid housed or unhoused. Does that make sense, everybody? Woo! Hey, KT asked how I got homeless. There's a link down below to a documentary. I put it there on purpose because I could sit here and tell that story for a long period of time and just watch the documentary. And again, that's the same thing. Addie, I see Jedi saying something. I missed something. There's so many to catch up with tonight because of my long rant. So Jedi, if you want to say something, please say it again. Downtown Abbey. Downtown Abbey. Yeah, I am. That was exhausting. Well, so years ago, there was these homeless advocates. And really what it does is it boils down to jealousy. As soon as somebody says, oh, I wonder how he affords to go to London. Somebody paid me to go to London. I wish we are in a situation right now where I need to be in Los Angeles. Me being in Los Angeles would help homeless people in Los Angeles in a tremendous way, but nobody's paying me to go there. There's also New York City. There's a couple opportunities where what I've built, you guys, the Invisible People audience, could help people in New York City, but there's no money. We only got $4,000 a month coming in. That's it. You guys want to donate more? I can do more. That's the bottom line. And so there's these homeless advocates that used to complain that I stayed, and it's the same shit. They used to complain that I stayed in a hotel when I was doing my road trips. I really want to address this because, number one, they believed I should stay in a shelter, which means I'm taking a shelter bed away from somebody that needs it. Number two, Delta Hotels was giving me a free room. I wasn't paying for it, right? Number three, I lived in a fucking homeless shelter for 7 fucking years. I paid my dues. I know what homelessness is like. Number four, when a plumber, a mailman, a lawyer, or whatever travels, they sleep in a bed in a hotel room. So this thinking of, oh my gosh, Mark Horvath, he's staying in hotels. How could he be an advocate for homeless people? Is bullshit. Come on. We got to change this thinking about people working in the social services sector, that they have to be poor too. I mean, if you just think about like that last example, they want me to go take a bed away from somebody. And I you know what? I have a pretty big social network. If I called the local shelter and said, I want to spend the night, they probably would kick somebody out and let me have their bed because they want me to tweet about it, right? And now somebody doesn't have a bed, and a hotel brand is offering me a free bed. And there's a group of, and you know what I said to them? I said, in 3 or 4 years, you guys aren't going to be around. None of them are around today. Because see, that's the difference between people that get into this work for a moment and those that, I don't want to say, I hate the saying you're called, because if you're called, then you can just hang up the phone. There's those of, I don't feel, I feel I don't have a choice. I feel that all of my life has come to these moments, and this is my destiny. And, there's times when it's rough. It is rough. It's not homelessness is much harder, but there's times when I go, you know what? Fuck it. I am just going to go back, because I can go back into marketing and make a lot of money, vacation in Hawaii, get a new wife, start a new rock band, and vacation, like normal people, and live like normal people. Instead, I've worked 11 years without any income because I believe in this work. And you know what? So do you. There's 275,000 subs. You guys, we're rocking YouTube. We're pumping out fresh original news content 5 days a week, actually 7 days a week. We've hit the last 21 days with a fresh original post written. Like today was written, I got to tell you. So Allison wrote today's post, and I don't read every post. It's impossible for me to do that. Right. I approve the pitches, but I don't read every post. And then today when I saw it, she was writing about one of my homeless friends in Venice, and his name is Bear. And it's so cool because it was like, I don't know if you saw the rain video I did about Venice in the rain, and Bear tried to talk me into going outside. I mean, going inside, because I was outside. He said, if you get sick, who's going to come help us? Right. And here is a story from a homeless woman who we paid her to write that story. I didn't get paid today. She did. And it's amazing what you guys, all of you, what we have accomplished. It is totally amazing. We have built a community around homelessness. I did not believe it's possible. A year ago, we started live streaming, and we've been doing it almost every Sunday night. And we built this community, and it's just really, really amazing. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for the kind words. Okay, Bliss, I'm moving on. Oh no, it bumped. Thanks, Moonglow. Thanks. Jamie, I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize. I'm trying to catch up on the count on the, hey, Bunk Bed. I'm trying to catch up on some of the comments here. Charlene Bergen, some homeless people, because they can't afford a security deposit. If you've been doing this for 11 years, where's at least one successful outcome that has helped the homeless people? So which month do you want? Here, I'm going to actually put this one into CBC homeless YouTube. So I can go on and on about this. So here we go. This is for you, Charlene. This is CBC documented how one of our videos got a homeless person into housing. There's several of them. I can tell you one of our videos recently, I can't tell you which one because the city asked me not to. They went and found the person and got them into housing. Those are the big ones. We've helped governments and all kinds of people. I said it again, like last night, for instance, we helped a homeless woman get the interview clothes that she needs. We've helped you know what? Just watch my stuff go through my Twitter feed every day. I spend every waking moment working to help homeless people. And some of it could be helping them with some new eyeglasses. Some of it could be flying the whole family to Atlanta. Some of it could be helping a homeless person with a walker or wheelchair, or could be as big as getting them into housing. The big ones have been working with governments like the city of Los Angeles, the Canadian government. The Canadian government had me go to 24 cities in Canada, but I could go on and on and on. Terry Pettigrew, 58 years old, dying of stage 4 cancer in a homeless shelter, dying. And he'd been homeless since 8 years old. Hopefully you're still there, Charlie. He'd been homeless for 50 years, dying in a homeless shelter. At the time, like I am today, I was unemployed and I was feeling sorry for myself. Poor me, I don't have anything. And here's this 58-year-old man dying in a homeless shelter, spent most of his life homeless. So I put up his video that night, and then the local newspaper put up the video on their front page. And Terry was reunited with his family, a long lost brother he hadn't seen in 33 years. So if you go to Invisible People and you type in Terry Pettigrew, you'll not only see Terry Pettigrew's story, the story of what I just told you, but you'll see an email that Terry Pettigrew's brother's wife sent me about how blessed they were being able to spend time with Terry before he died. There's a farmer that, after seeing me speak, went and started or donated 40 acres of land to the community that's now being used to feed 150 people a week. And there's homeless youth that work on the farm. And I got tons of stories. At that same speaking event, the mayor was in the audience and he started a housing program. And I went and met Don, who was the first person housed because of that housing program. So I mean, just go through Invisible People, the website. There's a ton of it. If you go to the channel, I mean, I helped a guy get married. I can't even get a date, right? And look, watch our channel video. A bunch of this stuff is in our channel video, and it shows all what you're asking for, Charlene. But thank you for asking, because it gives me an opportunity to brag a little, and so everybody gets to see it, hear it. Hey, Christy, I'm lost scrolling. I don't know what. Is there a way to search people's questions? Oh my gosh, Mario, thank you so very much. If you ask me again and tag me, guys, if like Bunk Bed did here, when you tag me, it helps me see it in the because Christy, I would love to answer your Jedi. Thanks for your help, for your support. That really made my night. His word, win that lottery. I will be easy to be found. Hey, Terry, I've been to Carson City, Nevada. I please, if you're close to being homeless, please find support. Yeah, Addie, I miss Christy. If you're still there, Christy, please. I'm going to keep scrolling down, and hopefully you repeated it. And you can always ask me at Hardly Normal is my Twitter, best way to get a hold of me. And I will. If it's a legitimate question, I will definitely take the time to answer. Yeah, political commentator, invisiblepeople.tv. So Tink123, and where am I gonna think 123? Which homeless story have you recorded upset you most and plays in your mind you can't forget? You know, it's interesting that and Dateline actually said this, and it's true. Is I remember all the stories, and they all stay with me. And I don't think there's anyone that's worse or better or anything else. I know the one, there's certain ones like Cameron in Fort Mac, Canada, who is, that's a sad story. Cameron was really addicted to heroin. He gave one of the most honest interviews on dope sickness. He actually got sober and got married, had kids, and he recently died. That's why I said it was a sad story. So there's, like coming from Denver, the one that really stuck in my mind was there was a guy that said, when he was young, he first shot dope with his dad. Can you imagine that? So, and, good question. I mean, they're all, so like today I put up, Carolyn. And if you look at Carolyn's story, and sometimes, I mean, we all read between the lines, everybody reads between the lines a little. And her mom, her son, and her dad died. And she's talking about homelessness being self-induced. And hi, Quana, I see you. And, one of the things that we don't talk about in the homeless sector enough is how relationships play such a role. So many times somebody dies and it's so emotionally overwhelming that, the person ends up homeless. And there's, oh my gosh, there's just so many different stories. There's lots of them. I'm more interested on what stories got to you. What did you like? And San, thank you very much for the generous donation. Thank you, guys. Mario, I'm already worked up. CC, thank you. One thing I got a lot of is passion. Well, so here, it's a great example. So I don't know if you're still in the room, Jedi, but Jedi asked a question and he ended up donating $10. So I think I must have answered it right. But you don't know. Some people are trolls and some people are just curious. And I believe that one of the reasons I think there's so much distrust is there are nonprofits that, just because it's a nonprofit doesn't mean that they're doing good. That's for businesses too. Look at Enron and all these others, oh my gosh, Joy, thank you so much. And Daft XM, thank you. Oh my gosh. So it's okay to ask those questions. And what Invisible People does is, and we're so programmed on charity. Are you feeding people? Are you feeding? You know what? If I went and I started making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and handing them out to homeless people, I would have more than enough money. People give to that. They don't give to ending homelessness. They give to maintaining it, basically. And it's okay to feed people in the park, but you got to do something to get them out of the park. You just can't leave people in the park homeless. So thank you, Scott Punk. Hey, Christy Vargas, thank you. And that's not a negative statement. That was more than a statement. I've been scrolling through here trying to see. I wish that I've been trying to think, what could YouTube make this better? And I wish there was a timestamp, because then I would know where I'm scrolling, how far I am to catch up. Addie. So normally I'm blown away, but when a homeless person donates, and Addie just donated, and I know her situation, and oh my gosh. Hey, Boss Blazer, I am not a social worker. I have worked as a family case manager, outreach case manager, and I've worked with homeless people for years and years and years, but I do know enough about psychology to be dangerous. I don't, by the way, I tried this I've been trying this new camera, and it's like everything's yellow and I can't change the tints on it. And very blessed. Thank you. Well, Skumos Unaffordable Australia says, get a part-time job. So here's the thing. I could easily go and make money if I lived in Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Seattle, Syracuse. I'm here with my mom. I got to take care of my mom. Even though she's not in the house anymore, I can't just leave her. I just can't. I feel like I'm trapped here, but I can't. I live in a town that has one flight to Detroit every day. The airport is going to close. So, SCUMOS, unaffordable Australia, there ain't no jobs where I live, right? And then if I go and get a part-time job, let's say I go get a job at McDonald's and I've got to fly to Charlotte or someplace else. Are you saying that I just give up on invisible people? And that's always been the thing. Over the last 11 years, I've held jobs, and each time it took away from invisible people. And I'm not just doing we're doing grant writing. We're trying to get sponsors. We're doing individual fundraising. We're doing Patreon. We're trying to grow this thing into the nonprofit it needs to be. We need to hire 2 people, not me. Need somebody to run this thing so that I can there's so many pieces of content that I would like to create that will help you guys. They'll help education. Valerie, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you guys are so kind tonight. Hey, Zachary, are you hiring? Oh, it was a joke. Princess, awesome. I'm glad you did. Yeah, I did, Lady T. I did say that. So I have 2 fundraising strategies, and hopefully you guys have a good sense of humor, because one is Marry Rich. That hasn't been working too well for me. And the other one is invisiblepuppy.tv. So, because people like to give to animals, there's more pet shelters than homeless shelters. And yeah, and I love pets. I'm not, mom's dog is around here someplace. So, yes, a new wife would be nice. So, Charlene, I still see you're here. Did I answer your question okay? Cat Tack, thank you, thank you. Jasmine, are you asking me to sing a song? So Marlo, the 10-year plan wasn't a George Bush thing. It was might have been his administration. It was a whole thing pushed for by the federal government. For a community to get federal funding, they had to have a 10-year plan, from my understanding. The 10-year plan failed because it didn't predict the affordable housing crisis. What's sad about it, we all make mistakes. I make mistakes, and I try to own up to them. Like I swore way too much in this. I normally don't swear this much. So, but the 10-year plan, the people that have pushed it, the executives at the top, have yet to say, we messed up. We're sorry. We didn't see the affordable housing crisis. Why that's important is now automation, elderly homelessness, there are crises that the leaders in the homeless sector aren't seeing either. It's like a repeat of the same thing. Applesauce, good question. My old wife is long divorced. I'm so long divorced, I don't even remember how long I've been divorced for. Hey, John. Yeah, Amanda has her own channel. You can check out her channel. Bliss, I am in Florida at the end of September. Hey, Mike Walker, and thanks for bringing it to my attention, Bliss. Just go look at the channel video. It will really explain the most of it. Or look at the About page at our website. So some of you might remember I did build kind of a studio downstairs. I'm trying to figure out like this, the pink curtains and that's a photo of my mom's dog and Christmas and all of this. Yeah, it's not me. But it's hard. It's like, my mom's not coming home, and I know this keeping the house is also at a risk. So who knows what's going to happen with the house? I can, but and it all falls on me. This house is full. My mom lived here for 60 years. There's stuff, and I've got to clean it out somehow. But so we'll figure it out. I'm grateful to have this. Actually, I mean, if I didn't travel, I would rent out the bedrooms. I don't know how to rent out the bedrooms while I travel because that would be a little bit too risky. Hi, Sheila. You know what? I saw you post this in the group. That kind of messed me up because you were celebrating an anniversary of homelessness, and we should be celebrating an anniversary of housing. That just messed me up. JM, yeah, it's an idea. No, Eddie, I don't think they could. I understand, Sheila, and I bet, and I gathered that in the spirit that you posted it, but it also, I don't know if the word's melancholy, but it kind of hit me. I didn't respond. I probably did my hugs or yes or something just to acknowledge you, but I didn't really know how to respond to you because you shouldn't be in that car. You shouldn't be homeless for that long. Mike Walker, I don't know if it's equally distributed, but it's definitely proportional to the cities. So, like, for instance, New York and Los Angeles has more people, so New York and Los Angeles has more homelessness. They are real. In fact, they're probably going to fall out soon. So I need to find that new wife really quick before the teeth fall out. Blockanese, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. The reason homelessness is growing everywhere is lack of affordable housing. It's bottom line. So there's zoning laws that were passed. From my understanding, many of them, most of them, I'm told, had a racist foundation that they were trying to keep certain kinds of housing out because they were trying to keep certain kinds of races out. But that prevented the growth of affordable housing. And then just the increasing rents Housing is a commodity now. I'm in Miami, Bliss. Athela, I am Mark at invisiblepeople.tv. For those of you watching, please be nice to my inbox. I already get hundreds of, and people, they get mad when I don't respond and I don't see anything. And so everybody here, we're what are we? Whoa, 9:12. Okay, I did start in late because I had to do the double start, which means I probably lost 50 subs. But anyways, tomorrow, we're going to put out a video. Please sub, hit that bell. I normally don't say that. Sub and hit that bell. There you go. Somebody asked for a song. We'll do the sub and hit the bell. We're going to be posting our first VR 180 video. VR 180 and a headset. It's 3D. If you own a headset, if you can borrow a headset, check it out in a headset. It's really, really cool. Otherwise, you can still watch it on a phone and you can still watch it on a laptop, desktop. You can move it around, see stuff. It's really cool. In the headset, it's extra cool. Anyways, need you guys to help push it, share it on your social media. It's the first time we've done this. YouTube actually helped fund it. We want to do more. So please, that'd be great. Hey, Terry, thank you. Eric Breedman, I've always tried to be honest about, I think of it this way. Everybody that asks something, there's probably 20 to 100 people that are thinking the same thing. So by answering that person, whether it's, a hard question or not, you're answering everybody that it's asking. And it is. There's this thing about working in the charity sector that people just believe you've got to be poor to work with poor people. Well, how are we ever going to end all the madness in this world if, never mind. I already ran it enough. Ashley, yeah. I mean, if you want to give gift cards, you can give cash too. Just be safe. Socks. There's a lot of things that you can give that, Okay, folks, let's see. Next Sunday. Am I here? I am here. We're going to do it next Sunday. You guys want to do it next Sunday? And I'll try to have, I don't know why I keep having technical problems. Hopefully the audio is good this time. And yes, Derek, I know you'll post them. Thank you. And I'll try to have something. I don't like how this camera thing, I think I got the audio thing down. I don't. Chad, oh my gosh, thank you. Oh my gosh. And you just came in when I'm leaving. Hopefully you're here for a while. Because we usually do 8 to 9. I got a false start tonight. Anyways, everybody, thank you for another wonderful Sunday. Oh my gosh, Joshua, wow. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for a wonderful Sunday. And sorry about the false start. Sorry about the extra rants and a couple of F-bombs. It's usually not like me. But it is what it is. And you guys just want to chat on Lady T. Oh my gosh, Blockney. Blockney, are you sure you want to leave? Yeah, my voice. Hear my voice? So, oh my gosh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you very much. Love. We got market date. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the hard thing for me dating is I travel. Even a woman that says, "Oh yeah, we like it that you travel," they're going to complain right away. So I got to figure that out. Once we scale Invisible People, I need to figure out like local chapters or something. It's not sustainable with just me traveling around. So we have a plan in place. We're trying to raise the money to make that happen. And okay, Charlotte. Wait, let me back one. Columbia, South Carolina is the next trip. Not this next week, but the following week. Charlotte is after that. Then I think it is San Jose, California, and then Austin, Texas. Any of our friends in the UK, there's a possibility somebody might bring me over in the middle of October. I'm trying to even have big gaps because I got to figure out some behind the scenes, got to grow this Invisible People. It's, I worked really hard to start the new Invisible People. It's amazing. We're putting out news stories. We're syndicated in, hey, JM, I'll be in Austin end of September, 1st of October. We're even syndicated on Apple News. Now we got to fund it. So I built it. Now most people, the nonprofit way is you schmooze with a foundation, you become friends with a program manager, they give you money, and then you build something. I built it. Now I got to figure out how to fund it. Anyways, thank you, everybody. Thank you for a wonderful Sunday night. Remember to slam the video out. I'm hoping I get it up early in the day. It might not be till later, but please, Emmett, thank you. But I do got to go. Love y'all. Have a wonderful evening.